on the benefits of energy. You could perhaps reflect on the fact that it's a very precious opportunity for you to be able to come into contact with the Dhamma, with the Buddha's dispensation. And having gotten into this world of Dhamma, you should not waste the opportunity to walk the path that will lead to the essence of the Buddha's teaching, which is none other than the 9 supramundane states, the 4 paths of noble path and fruitions, and Nibbana itself. It is especially imperative for you as a human being who have had this precious opportunity to meet with the Buddha's dispensation, to work for your salvation, to work for freedom from having to be reborn in the states of misery, if not to be liberated from all suffering. Only a person who is endowed with energy and effort will be able to strive hard enough, diligently enough, to understand suffering and thus go beyond it. If one is unable to attain this goal of a Sotapanna in this lifetime, it is a great loss. You should not let the opportunity slip away from your hands. But walking this path is not just for any Tom, Dick or Harry. You need a lot of courage and effort to do it. You need a lot of persistence. You need to be an exceptional person, to strive with diligence so that you can attain this goal. So if one is able to reflect in that way, then perhaps energy can arise. You will be inspired, and you can put in more effort in your practice.
Tatiya Jangaro Gamana Witi Piswakanata Payasa Puku Jomya Toya Lansing singing.
The next factor is reflection on those noble persons who have walked on this path, starting with the Buddha and other noble ones.
Aguchaunia the Tribita Lanyaha Taminya Mahofu Shishi the Pueno Mudware Nyaswapiari Pisiga Butari Ega Dawaka Mahadawagari body Eri Puku Jori Shoutware Lanyama Eri Puku Jori Shoutware Lanyam Tin Yauni de Kuku Abiare အဲ့ဒီလမ်းကြောင်းကိုပြင်းပြင်းကြီးနဲ့ရှောက်လို့မဖြစ်ဘူးပြင်းနေလို့ရှိရင်တော့ဒီလမ်းကြောင်းမတက်လမ်းမှားတွေရောက်ပြီးတော့တင်ဒုက္ခရောက်မှာပဲလမ်းမှားတွေရောက်ပြီးတော့ဒုက္ခရောက်မဲ့အခြေအနေတွေကိုမြင်ပြီးတော့ရှေ့ကသူတော်ကောင်းတွေလျှောက်တဲ့လမ်းကြောင်းဆင်ញင်လိုက်လို့ရှိရင်တိတိတသာကြီးလုံလဝိရိယကြီးတိုးလာတယ်ဝိရိယတန်ဖိုးစဉ်တွေဖြစ်နိုင်လောက်တဲ့အထိဖြစ်လာတယ်အဲ့ဒါတတိယဝိရိယတန်ဖိုးစဉ်ဖြစ်ခြင်းအကြောင်းပါ
This path that you are walking on is not just any dusty laterite road. It's a path upon which people of distinction have walked on. It is a path upon which Buddhas of old, Buddhas from time immemorial, have marched on to attain their noble goal. It is also the path of silent Buddhas and that of the great disciples and the Arahants and the rest of the noble ones. Being such a distinguished path, it is not worthy for a lazy person to make use of it. If you want to walk this path, you have to be diligent. You have to live up to the high standards of distinction. And so you can reflect on this and prop yourself up with dignity. This is no room for a lazy person, no room for cowards. This is a path for courageous people, for heroes and heroines. Thus, reflecting, perhaps you may be inspired to put in more effort in your practice. ပြီးတော့အဲ့ဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ရဲ့အခြေအနေကိုသုံးသပ်ကြည့်ပေါ့ဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေကလောကဘက်မှာဆိုရင်အမျိုးအားဖြင့်အနွယ်အားဖြင့်လည်းမြင့်မြတ်တဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေပစ္စည်းစိတ်ချမ်းသာနေအားဖြင့်လည်းပဲဒုက္ခနဲ့သူလူမှုရေးအစဉ်တန်းမြင့်မြတ်နေရတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေပြီးတော့လောကမှာအစင်မပြေတာနဲ့ကြုံလို့တရားရှာကြတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေမဟုတ်ဘူးလောကမှာအစဉ်ပြေနေတော့မယ်စစရရလူမှုရေးအစဉ်တန်းမြင့်မြတ်နဲ့နေနေတော့မယ်တရားရှာကြတာဒီတော့လောကမှာကောင်းပြီဆိုတဲ့စိစိမ်ချမ်းသာတွေစွန့်ပြီးတော့ဒီသတိပဋ္ဌာန်လမ်းကြောင်းလျှောက်တာတောကီစိစိမ်ချမ်းသာတွေတဲ့အစပေါင်းများစွာဒီလမ်းလျှောက်လို့ရှိရင်ချမ်းသာတွေရနိုင်တယ်ဆိုတဲ့ယုံကြည်ချက်အပြည့်အဝနဲ့လျှောက်ကြတာချမ်းသာတွေအပြည့်အဝလည်းရတာပဲဘုရားဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဘုရားဖြစ်ပြီးတတ္တဝါတွေအကျိုးကိုတည်ဖို့သွားလိုက်တာတတ္တဝါတွေလမ်းမှရောက်နေတဲ့ဟာကိုလမ်းမှပြသွားလိုက်တာနဲ့လာတယ်မှာအဲ့ဒီလိုပုဂ္ဂိုလ်လူကြီးတွေရဲ့ရှောက်သွားတဲ့လမ်းကြောင်းပေါ်ဝီရောက်နေတာတမန်ငါရှံကတန်ဖိုးမဲ့လုံးလုံးမဖြစ်ဘူးဆိုတာပေါ့လေဒီမှာအဲ့ဒါဒီတွေးချက်ပြီးတော့နားလည်ဖို့လိုပါတယ် Our forefathers who have walked on this magnificent path before are not merely any sort of people who have found the lay life uncomfortable because maybe of debts or of some sort of emotional problems that they've had. which made them renounce the world to seek the truth. The Buddhas and those noble ones during the Buddha's time came from good families. They had good name, and many of them were very wealthy. If they were to continue their life as laymen, they would undoubtedly have a lot of opportunity to enjoy all sorts of sensual pleasures. It is not because they have had family problems or because of problems with relationships or because they fell in debt that they left their home to lead this mendicant life and walk on this path to reach the destination of Nibbana, the supreme bliss. But they are noble people who have realized the emptiness of the worldly life, who have the foresight to conceive of a greater happiness, a greater fulfillment beyond common sensual pleasures. And because of their noble spirit of inquiry, because of their noble search for this higher and greater happiness, they have left home to walk on this path. It is a noble path. It is not a path for wayward ones, not a path for dropouts in society. It is a path upon which people of distinction have walked, and I must try to live up to its name. Why, it is not proper for me to walk on this path so sloppily. I should walk on it with as much diligence as possible, without being a coward.
မိမိတို့ဟာအဲ့ဒီလမ်းကြောင်းမှန်ကိုလျှောက်ပြီးတော့မိမိရဲ့စိတ်ဓာတ်ကိုတိုးမြှင့်ပြီးတော့အသိဉာဏ်ဤအစဉ်စဉ်ပွားပြီးနောက်ဆုံးမဉ္ဇဉ်ဘုံဉာဏ်နဲ့နိဗ္ဗာန်မျက်မှောက်ပြုနိုင်တဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေပဲတာမန်ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေမဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုတာပေါ့လေလမ်းကောင်းမှန်ကိုလျှောက်နေတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တွေပဲဆိုကိုယ့်ကိုအားပေးပြီးတော့ပေါ့လေအားထုတ်လိုက်လို့ရှိရင်ဝိရိယတွေတက်လာပြီးတော့မကြခင်မဲ့တရားတွေတိုးတက်သွားနိုင်တယ်အဲ့ဒါလိုအားထုတ်ကြပါဆိုတဲ့အကြောင်းဒီနေ့သုံးခုမြောက်အကြောင်းဖော်ပြရင်းကပဲတရားသိလိုက်ကြအောင်စို့တဏှာကြီးပြည့်သွားပါပြီကျန်တဲ့အကြောင်းတွေတော့နောက်နေ့မှဆက်ပြီးတော့ပြောအောင်
So you can keep on reflecting on this. You can say that, well, I have this good opportunity to belong to this great family of people, this group of people with great distinction, to walk on this noble path. And I should congratulate myself for having had this opportunity to do this. And such people too have walked on this path and have attained the various stages of enlightenment. And so too, since I have had this opportunity to begin to walk on this path, I will also be able to attain the same sort of attainments. If one is able to encourage oneself in this way, then effort can arise, and it will very well lead you to your goal of Nibbana. With this, Sayadaw ends tonight's talk, and he will continue with the other factors later on.